Welcome back, my loyal subjects, to more Persona 5 Royal. Pharaoh Fiasco here. Last episode, we got to the beginning. We're all drugged up, we're getting abused by the cops.
Guess the drug was too strong. Wake him up.
This garbage.
No dozing off. You still don't get it, do you? Give it up! Come on, cooperate. What? You want another shot? Huh? What about the camera? Are you thinking it can be used as video evidence?
What would, camera evidence? When has that ever stopped an abuse of power like this, dude? Of course not.
So you're not that dumb. Which is good. Because we get to take as much time as we need.
Man, giving us the business.
Obstruction of justice, blackmail, defamation, possession of weapons. Manslaughter too, yeah? Talk about the works. To think that all those crimes were led by a punk like this. And you seem to be enjoying every second of it. Huh?
Just making assumptions.
You should know your place. Sign here. It's a confession under your name.
Yep. It was all too perfect, dude. Let me make sure my phone is muted. Don't want anything ruining this perfect moment. I understand.
Don't expect to walk out of here in one piece. We are going to make you understand. One must take full responsibility for their actions.
All this craziness for one teenager. We actually signed it too, but there's not really any way out of that, but... Save us, Sae!
Excuse me, but this area is off.
You be quiet, police detective. Our savior is here.
I'm Nijima from the public prosecutor's office.
The prosecutor's office? What business do you have here?
Just let me through. It's urgent. There's something I need to confirm with the suspect.
Nijima-san, I believe this case is no longer in your jurisdiction. Besides...
You prosecutor, Nijima? There's a call from your director.
She is here in direct contravention of her orders to stand by.
Hurry and get it over with. To be frank, you're being an inconvenience.
I thought I ordered you to stand by.
Yeah, it seems like the type of order that you don't just disregard lightly.
I'm responsible for this case, yet I'm not even being allowed an interrogation?
I'm calling because I knew you'd bring it up.
I will not be convinced unless I confirm it for myself.
You tell him, Sae. You take back your agency. Screw that guy.
This is my case.
Right?
Good luck to you then. I won't be expecting much though.
He's the one who probably ordered...
Prosecutor, I forgot to mention something important.
He's the one who probably ordered we be drugged up so we couldn't tell her anything.
Your time will be cut short. We can't permit you to talk with him for long.
And they can't give us any time to recuperate. Screw these dudes.
It's for your own sake.
Nah, it's because you guys are pigs.
His methods are unknown. After all, we don't even know if it's safe to simply meet and speak with him.
I understand.
So she's been in here this whole time trying to make sense of our story.
Well done on making it this far, inmate. Now that you have traversed your long, perilous recollection, you truly have entered the present.
Only took 100 hours.
The effects of that drug are gonna wear off soon. This is your golden opportunity. You must grasp the truth that will save you from the brink of ruin. The evil influence who wishes you dead is fast approaching. If you want to win this unreasonable game, if you wish to take back your stolen future, recall the bonds you formed with your allies, and grasp the truth that will save you from the brink of ruin.
We've only maxed out, like 3 people, so... Those probably aren't... Well, one of those bonds, maybe,
I see.
is what they're referring to. Casino of Jealousy, something, 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 because it's cut off.
So that's what led to your ending up here. What a disappointing end to the hero of justice.
It's not over just yet.
I still can't believe it. But I now have a general idea of the methods you used for your crimes. There's much more I'd like to ask, but my allotted time is nearly up. I do have a suggestion, though. Care to strike a deal? If you cooperate with me, I'll consider lightening your sentence.
Finally, dude. A little bit of quid pro quo, tit for tat in this relationship. What do you want?
I have a responsibility to solve this case. I will win, even if it means brokering a deal with you.
We saw into the depths of her heart. This is definitely a Sae move.
Your operation was leaked and you failed to change my heart. There's no point in being obstinate now. You've corrupted the order of this country and caused an uprising against its very existence. You'll most likely be given life imprisonment or the death penalty, unless you accept my proposal. Going forward, I will read a list of people who are closest to you and this case.
See, for anyone who is not in the know, I last played this game over 4 years ago. So the further in we get, the more and more muddled my memory becomes. Not unlike Mr. Koza himself, because this does not seem familiar.
Tell me honestly whether or not the following are involved with the Phantom Thieves. First, the friend who you've been with since the day you transferred to Shujin, Ryuji Sakamoto.
Okay, no, this is now ringing a bell. This is now ringing a bell, so...
One of the victims of the Kamoshida case, An Takamaki. Ichiryusai Madarame's pupil, Yusuke Kitagawa. The daughter of Wakaba Ishiki, Futaba Sakura. The heiress to the Okumura Foods legacy and daughter of its CEO, Haru Okumura. And the frequently probing student council president of Shujin Academy, Makoto Nijima.
Must have hurt to read that one out, but, I mean, I don't know why you're throwing the names of complete strangers at us, Sai. Never heard of these people in our lives.
Those are your accomplices in the Phantom Thieves case, are they not?
That's right. No.
So you won't sell out your friends. Then let me change the question. I find it hard to believe that high schoolers could have pulled off these crimes by themselves.
A high schooler, singular.
Were there not others outside of your direct group who encouraged your crimes or lent their aid? Not to repeat myself, but remember that your life will be forfeit if your sentence is not lightened.
She's trying to get us to roll over on our confidants, dude.
You had the cooperation of people outside your group, did you not? Can you tell me about them?
There were no such people.
I see. So you won't speak a word about either your teammates or your collaborators. Do you even understand the position that you're in?
Do you, Sai?
Let's discuss one other person. Goro Akechi.
Oh, let me, you got a lozenge, dude? We gotta loosen our throat up because we're about to sing on this man.
There are reports that he was acting alongside the Phantom Thieves as well.
It's all true. In fact, you could even say Goro Akechi was the mastermind, dude. He made us do it.
Might he be a part of your team too?
Sure is. No, Koza! It was him! It was all Akechi! God dang it. That's impossible.
So Goro Akechi wasn't one of you. Very well.
Not even the option to roll over on that man.
So be it. You clearly have no intention of bargaining with me.
I don't know what, or that's right.
Even now, you're still acting as though you're a hero of justice. Your teammates have sacrificed you in order to escape, yet you wish to defend their honor? Why won't you talk about them?
It's wrong.
Don't be ridiculous. You're the one who's made wrong choices.
This feels like deja vu, because I think, like, we didn't actually make the wrong choices, because I very distinctly remember feeling that we screwed something up first time around, but I think we're still fine. Justice is on our side.
Justice? Then tell me, what is this justice you speak of?
Let's say it's sticking to the right path.
Sticking to the right path? That's no different from us.
Are you sure, Sae? Well, okay. We did do a little bit of light brainwashing in a certain point of view. But is that any different from spiriting away a teenager, drugging him and beating him? No, I don't think so. I think there's a lot that we can learn in this situation. We can just laugh and go our separate ways.
You continue to stand firm. Are you implying that we have no evidence on you? You're right. We have nothing. And it doesn't help that your story sounds like a fairy tale. But many people have fallen victim to this. We need to learn the truth. The truth, huh? I don't even know what's right anymore. And it's all due to your strange story.
What about the true culprit?
After all this, you're still...
The drug is starting to wear off.
Are you listening? The side effects of the truth serum should be wearing off. I won't be deceived by such a poor act.
I won't be deceived. I feel like I'm forgetting something important.
You realized it too then. It was our conversation about pancakes, right?
Undone by a sweet treat.
There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Our guy is just not as slick or as good at this as he thinks he is.
It seems your mind is clearing up. But unfortunately, my time has run out. Although I find your story to be quite interesting, I won't be able to speak with you any longer.
Don't you want to win?
Huh? What are you getting at? That's right. No matter the results of this case, I won't be receiving credit.
They set you up to fail, Sae. Doesn't that make you want a defect?
I even had to call in a large favor just to conduct this interrogation.
Interrogation room. That's right. If I remember.
So, how did that thing we asked you to look into go? Nijima mentioned a special interrogation room, didn't she? Good. It looks like we can make this work if we lure them there.
Hey. Hey, are you listening?
We're trying to. We're in a bit of a, like our mind's in a bit of a different place at the moment.
Our time's up. We're done talking here. Goodbye.
Why did you come here?
Why? Because this is my job. Don't ask me such odd questions. Anyhow, there's one last thing I want to ask you. There's something that's been bothering me for some time now. Recently, I was removed from my post as head of this investigation and was told to remain on standby.
Right? And you can see how fishy that is.
A short while later, I received word you were caught in the act, within some bizarre phenomenon. But that was all I was told. You were told someone sold you out, correct?
We were fed that line, yes.
If that's true, who could it have been? Don't you have any idea?
Sold out. That's right. There's something I need to do.
My suspicions were true in the end. Still, to think his true intention was to sell us out. All that's left is to figure out a way to hand it over. It's all up to you, leader.
All right.
Okay then. Giving him the phone without arousing suspicion will be easier said than done. We'll be counting on you to pull this one off.
What's wrong? Might you have an idea as to who sold you out?
In fact, Sae, now that you've asked, I want to make a deal with you. Ooh, and that sudden music change. Now we're cooking.
Yes, very well. Go on. If you know something, you must tell me. I won't allow things to end like this.
The phone.
You mean this?
That's an awesome cell phone cover.
I've been told the lock on it is quite complicated, but it's only a matter of time until it's cracked. What's so important about this smartphone? Are you going to unlock it and show me the data?
Let's let her sleep. She hasn't slept for days while she's been getting that app ready. Now we gotta figure out a way to show him the phone.
Show it.
That's right. I'm sure Makoto and the others told you about it. We need to show it to the true culprit. You know, the traitor.
Hey! What are you trying to get at here? And what about this smartphone?
Show it to the true culprit.
The true culprit?
We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that?
Friggin' snake in the grass, dude.
Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that room, my task will be simple. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his own life.
So screwy.
Please. I need you to be clear with me. Who am I supposed to show this to?
I already told you.
What do you... My God.
There it is. Now she's finally caught up. But she didn't have the information we did. We had to spoon feed it to her. But she's a smart cookie. She puzzled it out.
You're referring to him, aren't you?
We are indeed. You need to trust me.
What are you plotting? I can't even begin to fathom it.
If I'm being completely honest, Sae, I've been through this once before, and I still don't understand exactly what's about to go down, but we don't have to worry. We can just be along for the ride together.
But it appears my time is up. This is as far as our conversation can go. This will be my last involvement with this case. Very well. I've listened to your whole story, so I may as well play along to the end.
Great, we've got her full buy-in.
And that honest look in your eyes. I used to view the world the same way too once. I'll place my bet on you.
There we go.
I just need to show him the phone, right?
I feel as if Sai finally understands me.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of judgment, granting thee infinite power.
Most excellent. True justice. Cooperate as comrades who fight for justice and seek the truth.
All right.
Sai has awakened to true justice.
All right.
And now we confuse Satan.
I'll be going now.
Don't worry, Sai. We've got Satan on our side. There's no way we can lose now.
What good will this do, though? Akechi-kun? Why are you here?
Isn't it amazing how they had this man walk out of the shadows?
Why do you seem so surprised?
Yeah.
I needed my director to step in to get access, and I was directly responsible for this case. How did you get approval?
How indeed.
For the same reason you did. I am heading up the investigation team after all. It's only natural I'd have the right to interrogate our culprit as well, don't you think?
They assigned you command?
It's so wild. He's still in high school. This is well above his pay grade. It honestly doesn't make any sense, but I wonder if they think Sai is just stupid. If she just would roll over and accept all this stuff and just not really think too hard about it.
That was a joke, of course. I'm merely here to assist with the public security interrogation.
Oh, well, it still seems like they think Sai is stupid.
I am surprised it's this far underground, though. There aren't any others incarcerated here, yes? Nobody would ever know if things got a little violent.
If I remember correctly, didn't you say there was another culprit besides the Phantom Thieves?
Yeah, didn't you say that, Goro?
That was but a lie I spread to set them up.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that I had deceived you too, Sai-san.
So smug.
After all, if you wish to trick your enemies, you must first trick your allies.
So it was you. You're the one who sold out the Phantom Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to be clear with me. Who am I supposed to show this to?
Was this strictly necessary? But you guys know how anime stuff likes flashing back to things that happened 60 seconds ago.
My God. You're referring to him, aren't you?
This smug prick standing right in front of you, yeah.
Is there a problem?
There is, and his name is Akechi.
Akechi-kun, does this phone look familiar to you?
Excuse me? What is this phone?
Yeah, you play dumb.
It belonged to the leader of the Phantom Thieves. I believe you'll need it for your investigation.
Not personally. I was acting alongside the Phantom Thieves myself, remember?
True. This is undoubtedly a great accomplishment.
Awesome for you.
Good luck in there.
Foolish woman.
Jeez. They gave this man all the dramatic angles.
May I ask that you accompany me? Going in unarmed to interrogate a murderer makes me uncomfortable.
Huh? What are you?
Well,
I owe you for all of this. Thanks.
No coming back from that, dude, but he was already too far gone from moment one.
That's right. You and your little friends were vital to our plan, and now it will be completed. Your popularity truly was quite stunning.
For as fleeting as it was.
That just made using you all the more worthwhile. Have you finally pieced it all together? Case closed. This is how your justice ends.
Man. Like, going through it now, it's easy to see, like, I guess, well, we'll cross it when we cross it, but I'll bring up my, my confusion when it's more relevant, more pertinent. And I mean, it's not like ballistics would look too...
Shido-san, my job is complete.
Yeah, ballistics wouldn't look too closely into it.
I've told you not to call me by name.
Jeez, dude.
Regardless, all that's left is to deal with the remnants.
The continued deaths of these teenagers would be a bit much, don't you think? I considered making it appear they had a falling out, but that would only amplify public frenzy. It would be best to have each of them meet with an unfortunate accident once the storm blows over.
Dang, dude. He was gonna kill everybody.
Is there any possibility they'll want to avenge their leader?
No chance. They're nothing but cattle anyway. They have no backbone without his guidance. I will keep my eye on them just in case, though.
I'll be counting on you.
I forgot how psychotic he was.
They will live their lives cowering in fear of death. An apt punishment for obstructing our work.
Make sure to kill that strange cat once you find it as well.
Understood, though I doubt there's anything to worry about. It's merely a cat, after all.
More importantly, they should be dealing with the suicide right about now. Things will become quite busy once the word gets out. I'll need to prepare my comments on the matter.
Want everything that makes you look good, dude.
I must be prepared to deal with it on my end as well. Beyond that, what of the director of the Special Investigations Unit?
Finally, about time the conversation pivoted to that, dude.
Perhaps he'll be struck by a mysterious illness sometime soon.
You gotta love it, cause, like, that friggin' guy acting like he was so high and mighty, ready to sell Sai out, thinking he was gonna get any slice of this pie once his role was over, dude. About to go buy a car with that dude. Jeez, dude. Instantly Kobayakawa with him.
No. It can't be.
You thought you were safe, dude? They didn't even give you a name.
Even me. God damn it. Shit.
Yep. Screw him.
all that about, showing him this phone? The Phantom Thief Alibaba? Who is this?
Who indeed?
I am Alibaba, a member of the Phantom Thieves. I inquire as to your justice, Sai Nijima.
How do they know I have this?
You underestimated us.
Goro Akechi is evil.
Obviously.
He didn't come to interrogate the captured Phantom Thief. He came to kill him.
We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that?
And that's the thing, like, all this time, all they needed was somebody competent with, like, competent with technology. They could have sold us out a long time ago and didn't have to go through all this rigmarole, but I guess it was all to play into Masayoshi's, grasp for power.
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
Dang, dude, they were just gonna kill everybody! Just use him, kill him. Use him, kill him.
Don't trust the guard either. He's an accomplice as well. Now then, I'll tell you detailed steps to take. You must save him.
There, and so this is what achieving rank 10 with her really means. We've got her on our side completely.
You want me to save him?
You're our only asset here. Literally the only thing we can do.
Huh?
What is it?
Nothing. Anyway, what brings you here? I thought you were done with your business.
Yeah, didn't expect her to come rolling right back up.
Did anyone else stop by?
Yeah.
Nobody?
There'd be no reason for anyone else to come down here.
Okay. I'm following more closely along. Maybe viewing it for the second time ever is helping me piece it together more.
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So it's all true.
Of course it's true. Is something the matter?
No, dude. The only thing that's the matter is the fact that you're a friggin' weasel who can't be trusted.
It's Akechi-kun. He had to take a sudden call, so he won't be able to make it down today.
And they were going to kill you, my guy.
Huh?
I've been asked to handle things instead.
You can go ahead and confirm that with whoever you need to. In fact, call up the SIU director. Go ahead and check to see if we cleared it with him. You can take all the time you need for that.
But...
You know, if you stay here, they'll likely get rid of you to eliminate any evidence. I suggest you go into hiding at once if you value your life.
But Sai won't, because Sai is not scared to play rough.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't say a word of what transpired here. Trust nobody. Forget this ever happened.
There you go.
And now we return to our continued report. This morning, the police have announced that they've detained a suspect who may in fact be the leader of the Phantom Thieves group. The suspect is reported to be a young man who's...
Can I get you to look over here?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So he got caught. That group sure was something.
Yeah.
So the next shoot got me thinking. How about we have you do an idle thing, you know? That cool?
What a surprise. To think that the one behind all this is just a minor.
And considering how quickly they announced his arrest, the police must surely be confident in the outcome of this case.
Well, I'll be. Goodness, look at you now. It's been a while, Ryuji.
Huh?
You stopped visiting so abruptly, everyone was worried about you. It's your second year, right? Are you still doing track and field? I'd love to see you run again.
Also, the young man continues to remain silent, refusing to implicate any potential accomplices. However, considering the number of charges brought against him...
I wonder if something happened.
Yeah.
You seemed stumped for once. Not feeling it today?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not chiding you. Just do as normal at your own pace. With your skills, there's no need to worry about your future.
Normal. Right.
He's just a high school student. How do you think he was contacting the others?
The police here can search any online communications. His accomplices may slip up eventually.
Still, it seems the Phantom Thieves' most recent targets have gone comatose. Actual harm has been done here.
Given the lack of physical violence, their method is still a mystery. Regardless, the police are looking into attempted murder charges.
You never turned it in? That's quite the surprise. I thought I lost it this whole time.
I'm sorry.
Well, your grades are excellent. And you're student council president. I'm sure you'll be admitted anywhere you apply. That one Phantom Thief should have followed your example. You hear? It seems he was caught. Some high schooler. I wonder why he turned to a life of crime.
We also received information that the young man was placed on probation for assault.
Because of his previous record, he had to leave his hometown. Perhaps his motive lies there.
I believe your father can rest in peace now. That Phantom Thief could never have changed anything. Only a handful of people are qualified to alter the world. So you've been coming home late. That's what I've heard. I make a good playmate, you know.
We have breaking news. The young man being held in custody has committed suicide. The police have confirmed his death, although details have not been released. To repeat, the suspect has committed suicide while in custody. This station will continue to report any further updates as they arrive.
It would be difficult to uncover his methods now. Perhaps that's why he decided to take this course of action.
It can't be.
You're shitting me. We got him.
Yeah, buddy! Your first mistake was messing with the friggin' Phantom Thieves! Love a good twist.
It would seem as though you have been killed.
It would seem that way, huh, Igor?
But why were you killed? Why did you have to die? Do you remember? It seems you forgot an important fact while your consciousness was hazy.
You know, ultimately it was to screw over Goro Akechi, which is all that really matters.
Indeed, your death was a necessity for your escape from certain doom. What a tremendous plan. How might you be capable of executing such a feat? Well then, let us rouse the memories which are missing.
Okay, I'm going to try my utmost to follow along this time, because I definitely fell off first time around. The first time I sensed something was off. That's right, it was during the school festival. Was he not surprised that Morgana could speak? No, he did. He was surprised.
Hey, they're going. You realized it too, then. It was our conversation about pancakes, right?
Okay, yep, all the way back then.
There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me.
And I, like originally, I immediately clocked that Goro was like, there was something sketchy about him, that he wasn't on the up and up. But then, because there was like 8 months in between that and me actually getting him in the party, when he came through, I was like, wow, I actually really like this dude. I hope it's not. I hope what they're telegraphing isn't what's gonna happen. And of course, here we are. We can't trust him.
My thoughts exactly. It was your social studies trip. We met him in the hallway of that TV station. There's no way that this is the first time he's heard my voice. This whole deal feels sketchy.
I mean, considering he wants us to disband, though I guess him being the detective prince or whatever kind of makes up for that. Let's do some research.
Yeah, that was my plan too. Okay, let's get everyone on the same page right away.
Go around behind this man's back.
There's something else we want you to look into.
Reveal to us your secrets.
One more person has been on our mind. If it's possible, I want to eavesdrop on their phone conversation. That'll be tough.
You can do it, Futaba.
I agree.
I'd have to plant a bug directly on the phone.
So it's impossible even for you.
Au contraire.
I didn't say it was impossible. Okay, I've got a plan.
That's
perfect.
It's so crazy that the come here motion for Japanese people is like, it's like a reverse shoeing motion for like a Westerner. It's, I don't know. It's just weird to me how like two different like the same motion can have two exactly opposite meanings in different places. Keeping it secret?
Don't worry, I'll tell you the details later.
Futaba's going to do something? She didn't really, like, we were the only ones in here. I wonder if it'll be okay.
This is gonna be fun. I can't wait.
And then here.
I see. So we're going to use this place.
We actually hung out in here in the cognitive version of this world? Huh.
It'll be a gamble.
I think it's gonna work. You can't tell a thing.
It seems you finally remember.
We do, kinda. He remembers, we don't.
This game is not over yet.
Still one person we gotta triumph over.
There are still things that must be done.
My memories are starting to become clearer. That's right. This is what really happened to me at that moment. Okay. So the broad strokes of the plan make sense to me. They always have. But when they get into the really technical explanation of exactly what occurred, that was the part that I was like, okay, whatever you say. But yeah, it was basically like one 20-minute long cutscene, which we live for. We love those. Oh yeah, now they're talking about us. I heard they arrested one of the Phantom Thieves. No way! I didn't expect him to commit suicide. He's a murderer. He deserved to die. We can finally breathe easy now. He killed himself, huh? I guess we'll never know his motivation. You never will. I'm exhausted. It feels like my consciousness is about to fade away.
Hey, are you alright? Don't fall asleep until we reach our destination. Are you listening?
Oh yeah, dude. Smuggling us out, though. I guess we are legally dead. Could this be the effect of the drug wearing off? The memories I thought were gone are starting to come back.
Are you listening?
What were we talking about?
You weren't paying attention? Well, I guess I can see how you'd be lost in thought right now.
The plan does hinge on our acting ability.
Anyway, we need to talk about how to get out of this situation.
Futaba's monitoring of Akechi's phone has confirmed it. He did indeed have an ulterior motive.
It's on a completely different level than just that.
He's gonna kill all of us, ultimately.
Not only was he trying to frame us, but he was the true culprit behind the mental shutdowns. His offer to assist us was simply a ploy to frame the Phantom Thieves and kill him. If we go into Sis's palace as he suggests, we'll likely be met by a large ambush of police forces.
To think he would be this far gone. I know now what it means to feel a chill down my spine.
Yeah, dude. This is some serious-ish.
Furthermore, he wishes to bring a police squad from reality into the palace.
If the 8 of us can enter at once, it's not inconceivable to think a larger group is possible. He may even be able to bring in vehicles or other special pieces of equipment.
So, this really was just a setup to shift the blame onto us.
Create a big old group with lots of media attention and then say it was us all along.
He made us go after Okumura. Then once we triggered the change of heart, he killed him.
And he told us he had seen the true culprit, but it was him the entire time!
Yeah, having to work with your dad's murderer must be all kinds of garbage.
The whole time he was working with Makoto's sister, he was really just some homicidal maniac. Come on, we gotta take that bastard Akechi down. Isn't that recording we got enough proof to do it?
But they'll still come after us, though.
No, Akechi is merely a tool. His orders come from elsewhere. The grand mastermind behind this all. An unimaginable fiend capable of arranging the murder of a suspect inside of a police station.
Unless we find out who that is, we will continue being targeted even if we defeat Akechi.
But what means do we have of learning his identity?
We'll have to make Akechi say it. Though once we do, that mastermind will likely eliminate us.
Oh yeah. Can't have the truth just, like, circumbobulating around the group that's poised to take him down.
I think that will be the case eventually, regardless of whether or not we learn his identity.
As soon as we took up being Phantom Thieves, eventually it was gonna mean our lives if we didn't take this dude on.
The only reason it hasn't happened yet is because we're an easy target to blame for his crimes. If he realizes that's no longer possible and abandons that plan, he may opt to kill us immediately.
Damn it! So we don't got a choice but to go with that bastard's suggestion.
Yep, gotta play along.
But if we go into the palace like we're told, he'll get arrested and then Akechi will kill him.
Palace. The palace. Actually, there's something I'd like to say regarding...
Aha! We can use the palace to our advantage!
Oracle with the save.
What's this all of a sudden?
There's a way. A way to get past Akechi and get the mastermind to lay off of us, all while learning his identity.
Really?
You gotta be kidding me!
Let's give the lady some time to breathe and for her to explain the situation that's gonna save our bacon.
If he wants to kill the guy, why not let him? That is, inside of a palace.
Yes, we could have him kill the cognitive version, all the while believing he killed the real one.
Yeah, that's it!
It seems that's our only option. Listen close, everyone. I have a plan for how we can carry this operation out.
Yeah, dude, she was not trying to let Sai ends up like Okumura.
Ever since the death of their teenage leader, the Phantom Thieves have fallen silent. However, the police intend on continuing this investigation until the case is fully solved.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to finish a few things at work. Where are they?
Waiting upstairs. Go tell them to come on down. I'm gonna fetch him.
Man, it is nice to have some collaborators with a little power.
You're her sister, correct?
Makoto told me everything. Futaba-chan, I'm sorry that I caused you so much trouble this past summer.
Yeah, dude, you were being very antagonistic at the time, Sai.
It's ancient history now.
Especially because you you're helping to save us all from not getting killed.
Man, that goddamn detective.
Yeah, Goto's a friggin' snake.
Look who's here.
Hey, you big bastard.
How have you been?
I mean, ghostly.
You're not floating.
Thank God. Though it'd be a useful tool in palaces.
It truly is a relief to see your face.
I bet that moron Akechi don't even know we tricked him yet.
Yeah, the thing with Goto was that he's just not as smart as he thinks he is.
Still, how'd you pull this off?
Okay, and this is where I was like trying my hardest to follow along, but like, oh my gosh. Now watch him explain it and be like, oh, it was as simple as 1, 2, 3, and then I've made myself sound like a complete idiot this whole episode.
Isn't this guy considered dead?
You weren't told anything? I heard my sister brought him here, though.
Yeah, she came over in a taxi, dumped him off, and told me to keep him safe. It was right after they announced he had died, too. Almost gave me a heart attack.
Yeah, dude, seeing spirits.
I didn't have time to explain.
Hey, shouldn't we tell boss what really happened?
Yeah, let's go over it for his benefit.
We wanted to make our enemy believe the leader of the Phantom Thieves was dead.
What?
What we did was make that enemy kill his fake in the metaverse.
Hold on a sec.
Wait, stop, Sojo. I'm following along so far.
Enemy? Fake? What are you talking about?
The true culprit behind all these incidents set us up. Our goal here was to determine their identity.
True culprit?
Which was, well, we'll wait on that.
I see. So you guys were going up against someone else.
It was Goro Akechi.
There you go, Sai.
You knew beforehand that he was the traitor, didn't you?
Let's say Akechi messed up. Cause screw that guy.
Akechi himself gave us the chance to strike back. He made one fatal mistake.
Pancakes.
Couldn't you have just said from the beginning that Akechi was the real culprit?
That wasn't something we could simply bring up. We couldn't have you suspect Akechi. Besides, neither you nor the other investigators would have believed something like that, would you?
Yeah, dude, it took who knows how long for her to believe his version of the story.
True. Akechi was credited with the arrest of the Phantom Thieves. Not even I would think he was the culprit. In other words, you left him alone on purpose. That was a bold move.
God, I can't keep up with any of this stuff.
I'm following along for the most part.
So what was this mistake Akechi made? What did he do?
I remember there were diagrams or something like that, little images that started getting brought up.
He slipped up in regards to Morgana's voice.
You mean a cat?
Yes, Morgana can talk.
Sorry you had to find out this way, boss. It's all true, though.
Sorry, was that supposed to be a joke?
Oh, our apologies. That's completely true. You surprised?
Does that mean he said something just now as well?
That is what that means.
But you don't understand him, do you? That's how it was for all of us at first, too.
When you're in the metaverse, Mona talks like a normal person.
And all you need to do is hear him speak in that guise, and then it carries over into the real world too. Your cognition of him has to change first.
Once you hear that and your brain realizes he can actually talk, you start to understand him in reality. It's a change in cognition, most likely.
Yeah, where the science is still kind of iffy.
Thanks to Akechi's lame acting, we figured out something was up.
When we talked to Akechi at the school festival, he was acting like he just realized Mona could talk. But we already saw him drop a mega hint about it way earlier.
Oh, I know a place! I want to go to that huge pancake-looking place we passed on the way here!
Oh, am I mistaken? I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes.
And see, this time I was looking out for it, because I didn't realize it originally, but because there's actually a lot of conversation that happens between Morgana saying that and Akechi rolling on up.
Mona was the only one who was talking about a pancake. That meant Akechi'd already been in the metaverse by then.
And since he was lying to us about that, we assumed he had a hidden motive behind contacting us.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed odd upon further thought. His reaction to my pancake comment was an honest one, after all.
His story was too good.
He did approach us when we found ourselves in the worst trouble yet. That's why we asked Futaba-chan to wiretap his phone. I pretended to be interested in checking the phone out, but I was actually planting my app.
Some kind of way? Did she really quickly visit the App Store or something?
My heart was pounding while I was doing it, though.
Even that ace detective could never have imagined a program being installed so quickly.
I gotta say, I would like to know how she managed that.
Futaba's quirky nature proved to be a great help.
That was just an act! After a few days of listening, this confirmed his betrayal.
Then I'll guide the police into her palace and have them catch the Phantom Thieves in the act. That would be the only way to arrest them, given their methods. I'll deal with them after that.
Cold-blooded murder.
Let me see. We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that room, my task will be simple.
Man, can you imagine being that security guard? You get got just because you happen to be the one to draw duty that day. Though I guess he was already crooked in order to be in the position to be chosen.
Is this for real?
It is, Sojiro. They were coming after our lives.
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So they planned to get rid of that guard from the beginning.
He was too nameless to be able to defend himself.
Well then, I will make the arrangements the day after the arrest. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his own life. When he does, you will become a great hero who saved Japan from evil. As will I, of course.
I knew he was acting strangely, but to think he was this far gone.
Crazy. Dude is just insane.
He's no ace detective. Akechi is the perpetrator behind the mental shutdown crimes.
Right? It's so easy to solve crimes when you're the one doing them.
On top of that, there's someone else commanding Akechi. Someone with great authority. So great that they can order an assassination in a police station. That's why we had to make a move before they did.
I see.
I could have sworn there were graphs or something. Oh well. Whatever. I prefer this to being massively confused, but alright.
We baited Akechi into Sis's palace, making him dispose of our leader's fake, but think he killed him.
Can you elaborate on that in more detail? What exactly happened in my cognitive world?
Okay, I think this may be where the grabs come in.
We're sorry for using you without your permission. Your palace had all the conditions we needed.
What conditions?
Do tell, what conditions indeed?
First, we required a place inside the cognitive world that was the same as in reality.
Oh yeah, her warped cognition only actually affected the courthouse. Everywhere else, Sai had no illusions about.
That place is based on the real world after all. Anywhere that's not warped looks just like normal.
That's why nobody but the person who uses the nav even realizes they're in the metaverse.
Back with Kamoshida, we came in from the station without even noticing.
That brings back memories.
You totally can't tell the difference if there ain't any distortions around.
We had already investigated Nijima-san's palace when Makoto brought the suggestion to us.
I was seriously impressed by that suggestion. To be honest, I didn't quite understand it, but I went along with it.
Okay, whew! It's not just me. Not just me. We had to trust it.
And it was absolutely the best decision we could have made.
Makoto is normally so calm as well, but once her mind is set, she gets oddly impulsive.
Yeah, dude, she was determined not to let Sae get Haru's dadded.
I did have a bit of a rivalry forming with Akechi, but I just couldn't contain myself anymore once you became a target, sis. The reason I joined the Phantom Thieves was to heal your heart, after all.
My own achievements were all that mattered to me. I was desperate. I wasn't myself at all.
Seems like Makoto got her wish in the end, though. Sae changed her own freaking heart. Came really close to not having a say in the matter, but she pulled it off.
I'm sorry I couldn't see that.
That goes for the both of us.
We heard from Mako-chan that you were going to do the interrogation, Nijima-san.
And regarding its location, I take it you used the data from my laptop?
Yeah, now that she's got more information, the culprit is fairly clear in that particular incident.
I'm sorry.
Go on.
There were two things we were able to confirm while we were checking the metaverse.
Okay, I'm zeroed in. I will understand what they're talking about this time.
First, our clothes didn't change when we were down in the interrogation room. Second, the scenery and details outside of the palace proper were the same as in the real world.
Once we heard that from Makoto, we secretly went to check it out without Akechi knowing.
There was also one more thing we absolutely needed to make this work. A perfect cognitive replica of him in the metaverse's interrogation room.
Mm-hmm.
Since he had yet to be caught, though, there obviously wouldn't be anyone in that room.
Once we saw the casino guests and police officers, we were convinced this would work. They looked no different from actual living people.
Okay.
After that, we just had to work our way into the palace like usual, while keeping Akechi in the dark.
Everything went as planned up until we defeated Sis's shadow.
And then we were about to get swarmed, yeah.
However, it was then that we were met with a terrifying, unexpected police ambush. As a result, even though we managed to grab the treasure, we couldn't get it out of the metaverse. Except that was all an act.
Ooh.
We had prepared an empty briefcase beforehand, and merely acted like we were taking the treasure. This was because we knew the police would be coming for us.
We made sure before the operation that the police would be waiting to ambush us.
How?
And just as expected, he totally took the bait.
Him getting captured by the police went exactly how we planned it.
Okay.
And I had been interrogating him with no knowledge of this.
True.
But how did you lure Akechi into this cognitive world's interrogation room?
All I needed were the coordinates.
It seems like she used this laptop to remotely access the metaverse. Asking her about it now would drag the conversation on too long. I should talk to her later.
Akechi disposed of the fake in the palace and left thinking he had been victorious. It must have been truly hilarious for our leader who sat idly in the real world's interrogation room.
Well, literally nothing was happening.
Surely he was acting quite cocky by himself in that quiet chamber.
So that's why you gave me your phone. I only took it because of what you told me.
It's a shame I didn't have the opportunity to see that for myself.
I couldn't see it either.
All I could do was try to handle all the messages that started coming to me on his phone. Huh. So in other words, I've been to the metaverse, albeit for a brief moment.
Mm-hmm. Your casino palace raged on outside while you were deep underground.
In our experience, there is little danger when someone enters their own palace for so short a time.
Yeah, works a little bit differently than Futaba, breaking all kinds of rules, causing all kinds of collapses.
That's the other reason we had him give it to you. We needed you to listen to Alibaba, deceive the guard, and ultimately aid in his escape. By having you head back to the interrogation room, we could return you to the real world as well.
Yep, because she doesn't have the power to exit or enter the cognitive world under her own power. Like, Goro had to be the one to bring her into it, and then Koza had to be the one to bring her out of it.
I mean, I had to think of some way to keep you from running into Akechi mid-assassination.
Huh. Astounding. I hadn't the slightest idea that such a grand operation was taking place within me.
Mm-hmm. He did? Yeah. Technically, Goro was walking around in her mind for a little bit.
I'm so glad he was able to persuade you during the interrogation. Even though we knew Akechi's plan, we were pretty worried about that part.
It was capital IFFY iffy.
True.
Why is that?
Because if she didn't cooperate, none of this would have been able to get off the ground.
Without Sis on our side, Futaba's plan and subsequent breakout would have never been possible. That persuasion was easily our greatest gamble. We couldn't consult Sis beforehand. It was absolutely the make or break moment of the entire plan.
Still, I'm surprised you could convince me in such a short time. Were you confident you could do it?
Don't remember. Drugs.
Understandable. Either way, I can't believe you went for such a risky idea.
If we could just tell you the true culprit's plan, I knew you'd realize the bigger picture. Realize that our leader was telling the truth, and that there was a greater evil to pursue.
As a result, we emerged victorious.
We have indeed. So my thing is like, so Sai shows Goro the phone, walks away, Goro goes in, kills Cognitive Koza, leaves. But then how does Goro exit the cognitive world without knowing he was in it and without crossing Sai's path? Was Goro also kicked out of the cognitive world when Koza and Sai left it? I don't really get that part. Everything else is fine, but that's the only thing that still doesn't really iron out to me.
Then the reason you kept this a secret from me was so you could catch the true culprit, correct?
Yes. Plus, you had lost control of yourself at the time.
She was definitely cracking under all that pressure.
This is stunning. All I can really do is laugh.
I've kind of figured out that you guys made Akechi kill a fake. But what did you do about the body?
It just disappeared. It was never real.
The police never even checked it.
Huh?
Yeah.
They had a coroner working to ensure his death was reported as a suicide.
So their corruption worked in our favor.
That coroner didn't take one look at the scene and just passed along a falsified death certificate.
The bad guys have that much influence?
Yeah, dude. Like I said, Sojiro, this is some real ish you're involved in.
Murder in a police station would be reckless otherwise. We also knew of a possible conspirator.
Thanks to Futaba-chan's messages and the guard's demeanor, I eventually came to understand. And since the higher-ups at the police knew nothing of this, they were thrown into disarray. As a result, his suicide during imprisonment was reported on the news, just as Akechi planned.
Yeah, all these things conspiring to make it as easy as possible for a certain someone.
And with that confusion, he was able to escape with Nijima-san's help.
I made sure nobody would check the morgue for his body, and thanks to that, nobody knows he survived.
Thinking back to the interrogation, though, I can't believe what they did to him.
Man, it was just Koza and a bunch of oinkers down there, dude. Can you really be surprised, Makoto?
The callous use of violence and even drugs is utterly abnormal.
Is it?
If he had lost consciousness and hadn't been able to tell Sis about the phone, he would have died.
Dang, let's not dwell on that, dude. We won, right? Jeez.
I'm truly glad you made it back safe.
It was a breeze.
How tough are you?
It still freaked me out when I saw the suicide on the news, though.
We made sure to live normal lives while he was being interrogated to avoid drawing any suspicion.
Only had to keep up the charade for a day and a half, though.
Even with that, I couldn't help but worry for him in my heart.
While you were fending off your creepy fiance.
Well, I knew right away that her plan worked out.
I wanted to believe, but considering what we were up against.
Ryuji's a bit on the dense and carefree side.
Can it, Cat?
I had to be patient and avoid this place until things settled down. I finally feel relieved.
We knew he was alive, but it was difficult to not worry until we could confirm it in person.
Very human responses.
Now that I think about it, my interrogation was just a formality for the head commander.
Who is super dead right now.
What a joke, letting me interrogate someone who was meant to die. They just wanted to avoid backlash.
Because you were supposed to die too, dude.
Very well. From here forward, I will do my utmost to assist you.
That true justice.
You saved me, after all.
That's reassuring to hear.
I'll do whatever I can to help too. Just let me know.
You keep cooking up that curry and you keep whipping up that coffee, dude, and we'll be good to go.
Let's take a break for now, though. This old brain is pooped.
Okay, yeah, that's the one thing I still don't really get. The whole...
Oh, and feel free to use the first floor when you guys want to get together and talk.
Hey, now this entire place is our hideout.
You'll need a hideout where you can be safe. Just say the word and I'll close shop early.
Are you sure?
This guy can't leave. Plus, you won't make much progress if people can hear you from downstairs. It's not like this place is the liveliest joint in town. It won't be a huge loss for me.
Let us accept his offer. What a great man.
Yeah, we've got his full buy-in too. The summary of the story's been updated. Yeah, that's the only thing that I still don't get. How in the world... Okay, yeah, like I just said, how did Goro leave? Like, he must have been kicked out when Saya and Koza left then. Koza Hibiya.
That sounds familiar.
It's me, Akechi.
Enter.
That's the death certificate of the principal offender, correct? Is there a problem with it?
No, nothing in particular. More importantly, you've done well with regard to the prosecutors.
Ooh, praise.
The cause of death for the SIU director has been settled as a stroke.
I had him work quite substantially on forging evidence.
Only for him to be tossed aside in the end. So sad, he never even realized he was a pawn.
His loss should be mourned.
It was thanks to his efforts that I could enter the Phantom Thieves' interrogation room, too.
The SIU is in disarray with his death. I'll take my time choosing a successor after the elections.
Someone who will be just as loyal and just as idiotic.
At any rate, I'm now praised as a hero, and I owe it all to the Phantom Thieves.
All possible hindrances are now gone. There's no doubt that this election is mine.
So evil.
And on to our next story, the snap election for the House of Representatives. Discussion is swirling around potential nominees as the deadline for candidacy announcement nears. Candidates will announce on the 23rd of this month, while voting will be held on the 18th of next.
So we got a next target then.
Elections, huh? Don't matter to us. It's not like we can vote in them yet anyways.
Why don't we resume our conversation?
Well, the Phantom Thieves are back together. We can finally take it to Akechi and the bastard backing him.
Have you figured out who's behind all this?
Yeah, have we puzzled that out?
Akechi accidentally let that slip after the murder.
Did he now? Oh yeah, he did say Shido-san.
He said, Shido-san.
Shido? Feels like I've heard that somewhere.
I like the mirroring of this in the previous scene. Shido's like, Koza Hibia. I think I've heard that before. Now we're saying it too?
He is unmistakably a man of power if he has such strong connections to the police.
He is.
Shido? Could it be Masayoshi Shido?
This is what having an old guy on the team is helpful with, dude, because there'd be no reason for any of us to know that dude's name. No, maybe Makoto.
Who?
Excluding Sae.
I believe he's a politician. Remember, Ryuji? You said his speech was too loud.
For real?
It's certainly possible that Shido is the mastermind.
Huh?
Do you have some kind of evidence?
Nothing material. However, there are various conditions which align with that possibility.
And that's all we need to do. Need to go off of, dude.
First, he would profit from damage done to the current administration by the psychotic breakdowns. He's maintained a negative stance toward the Phantom Thieves and has gained tremendous popularity. On top of that, he'll most likely become the next Prime Minister if he wins this upcoming election.
No!
Can't let that happen.
Did he set us up with that election in mind?
If he is behind all this, that would be in stark opposition to his honest public image.
So his current position and popularity is just him benefiting from the mental collapses.
And we've known that dude was scum from the get-go.
We'll make him have a change of heart, no matter what it takes. Mom.
Shido, huh?
What is the matter?
Looks like he might recognize that name too.
I had a feeling he was wrapped up in all this.
You did now.
Just based on the connections I had from my previous job.
Oh, he was involved in the cognitive science crap?
I think the one who crushed Wakaba's research and confiscated her materials was probably Shido.
Must be real useful.
From the moment Wakaba died, I had a hunch he was involved. But there wasn't anything I could do. So I chose to protect Futaba and went into hiding.
You made the right choice, Sojiro.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
I mean, we had no idea Shido was involved until like 3 seconds ago.
You guys would have definitely gone after him if I had. He would have just killed all of you, no doubt. That's what he usually does to people who get in his way.
Originally, I was looking into the mental shutdown cases.
And you were about to be stomped on as just a cobblestone in his pathway too.
It was then that I accidentally stumbled upon government research regarding the psychotic breakdowns. So I tracked down the whereabouts of that research data and met with the associated parties.
Is that how you ended up at LeBlanc?
Boss was one of those parties. I would never have imagined all of this was connected.
Yeah.
The mental shutdowns, psychotic breakdowns, Shido, and even the Phantom Thieves' actions.
Way back when, Shido kept saying he was going to be Prime Minister one day. Nobody believed him, though.
Because he never would have been able to achieve it without dirty tricks.
What's going to happen to this country if Shido becomes prime minister? What about the world?
It's not gonna look too great. Let me tell you, Let me tell you. From experience.
The issue is simpler than that. This is nothing more than yet another selfish adult trying to impose his will on the public.
Exactly.
We gotta expose that rotten bastard!
Yeah, we'll do it like always. Then let's check the nav.
See if he's...
Masayoshi Shido, the guy running for prime minister.
Result found.
Got a hit! Well, duh. It ain't a surprise he has one.
That guy's probably distorted to heck and back.
Where would the location be?
What kind of things go through a politician's head?
Yeah, you're asking the real questions,
I always think of dirty money and shady actions.
What does he do? And where? We don't got a clue about this guy's life.
Yeah, not enough information in order to even get the heist started.
His palace must be somewhere that politicians frequent. Any ideas?
In the Diet Building.
We got a hit!
How arrogant must he be to see himself as the ruler of the Diet Building?
In his mind, he's already won, I guess.
Our next target's the big shot politician Masayoshi Shido. We're gonna do this, right?
We have to. Or what about Akechi? That snake needs to burn too, even if he is an awesome party member and he's got a really cool design.
No need to waste time with him, we just gotta hit the head. Nobody against it?
Of course!
He will be a worthy opponent.
Let's win this together.
Time for revenge!
Then it's unanimous.
All we gotta do now is figure out what he thinks that Diet Building place is.
So that's the app that allowed me to enter the metaverse.
An old fart like me can't wrap his head around all this stuff.
We'll have to deal with this before Election Day, December 18th. That means we need it done by the 17th.
It's best we hurry before they discover there's no body in the morgue.
That would definitely throw a monkey wrench into our plans, but Sai said she took care of it. I'm inclined to trust her.
Should we start tomorrow then? We can meet at the Diet Building after school.
Not us, though.
That reminds me, what are you gonna do about school? You can't show up if you're supposed to be dead.
Miss Kawakami said he went back home for family reasons.
Heyo, covering for us.
That's what I told the school.
Don't let him find out you're alive then, alright? This whole thing would be for nothing.
What do you mean?
This operation had another purpose outside of escaping Akechi's clutches. Shido tried to place all the blame on the Phantom Thieves and deceive the public at the same time. He has ruined countless lives, and even made Goro Akechi, a student, assist him with assassinations. A mere change of heart is too lenient a sentence for such an abominable criminal.
We intend on, okay, I guess. I can't say I agree. We'd snatch that dude's heart in a we'd snatch that guy's heartbeat in a heartbeat if it were my decision, but oh well. And then when he tried to Kamoshida himself, we might not stop him. But you know, we'll listen to Makoto.
We'll be making use of the police statement that the leader of the Phantom Thieves committed suicide. Our leader, who is presumed dead, will come out of hiding to deliver a grand statement.
Ooh, call that man a liar.
He'll say he has escaped prison, not committed suicide, and was in fact almost killed by a criminal.
Everyone's gonna flip.
They will.
You guys thought through all this stuff too?
We're intellectuals, you know.
You tell him, Ryuji.
That's why you needed such a daring trick as getting captured and appearing to be killed. What frightening teenagers.
But the true battle has only just begun. We won the first round, but we must stay on our toes.
Yeah, this ain't the time to be celebrating.
These people tried to trap and kill us. There is no end to their inhuman, conniving nature. We will need to be prepared for whatever may come our way.
Okay, we got all that set, and we got our next target, kinda.
I finally made it this far. It's already been 2.5 years since we met.
Ever since he was a first year in high school.
Back then, you earned the media's attention as a young politician who could rise up against bureaucracy.
And you really gotta wonder, because at the time I didn't know this, but Masayoshi is 50 years old. But I guess definitely, even no matter where you're at in politics, being younger than 80 is definitely young.
Because of that, those who wanted to preemptively deal with problems tried to tie you up in scandal.
To think I would fall for the ruse schemed by those decrepit fools in power. I recall that's when you came to me. You promoted yourself saying you had special powers.
And then proved it.
If it wasn't for the research on cognition that I dabbled in, I would have thought you insane.
Dabbled? More like stole.
I made those troublesome opponents psychotic, and erased any trace of that scandal.
Who'd think that tampering with a person's heart could trigger a psychotic lapse or mental shutdown?
And it's impressive that Akechi was running those palaces by himself, though. But who knows? Maybe all those guys were only on par with Kamoshida. Like, if you're level 20, you can definitely take on a Kamoshida level palace by yourself. All you need to do is grind a little bit.
And when someone like that said he'd support me, I had suspected there'd be an ulterior motive.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I sympathized with your aspiring ideology.
Still lying through his teeth.
I believed that your ideals needed to be achieved for the sake of the country's future.
Well, my faith in you was precisely why I pulled the plug on that research. I only need you using that power. It'd be troublesome if someone else uncovered how it works.
And troublesome, thy name is the Phantom Thieves of Hearts.
Wakaba Ishiki, was it? That researcher. She wouldn't have had to die if she just complied.
So she had a good heart too, and that's why Akechi had to murderize her.
Any suspicions should be snubbed out. Even the smallest doubt must be severed at the root. After all, we had an active public prosecutor's office director on our side until recently.
Astounding, isn't it? To think the director himself often forged evidence to secure his promotion.
The corruption! We already didn't feel bad that this man was dead, but oh my gosh.
He was quite surprised when you confronted him about it. He didn't know who leaked that information. Well, I got that out of his shadow, so technically speaking, he did it himself.
This country's affairs have become stagnant. The political world is filled with old men who only act to preserve their own vested interests. The general public has forsaken such political affairs and don't even bother. Only ruin awaits us.
Maybe if politics weren't full of people like you, more people would be interested. Or maybe we should be living in a world where our politicians don't have to worry about, where the people don't have to worry about their politicians taking advantage of them.
I must agree.
God dang it.
There's no need to be ruined along with such incompetent fools. I will lead this country to its revival.
Man, dude, you couldn't lead people out of a paper friggin' bag. Shut up.
Those who get in the way must be eliminated at times. That's the correct way to use the metaverse.
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous deaths and scandals with your political rivals. Which is why I made them suspects.
Yeah, and then you went all Detective Prince.
Prosecute the targets that I turned psychotic, and solve them as cases unrelated to you. And thus, the charismatic ace detective was born.
And he was a fraud from the get-go.
Thanks to your efforts, my clean image remains untarnished, and I've monopolized public opinion. Once I gained public sentiment, collaborators from all sectors began approaching me on their own. The police were no exception. With their management in my pocket, keeping them in check was easy.
When the Phantom Thieves emerged, I thought things might become somewhat troublesome.
And they were just brats once we looked into it. All we needed to do was lay the blame on them.
Got us all twisted up, dude, and it was so easy for them.
When you told me that, I knew then that you were the better man.
Their popularity was a bit beyond my expectations, but flipping it made the negative press stronger. After that, all I had to do was openly berate them. I've been gaining more supporters since. The current administration is dead with ongoing scandals. Never mind the fact that they're my doing.
So these two are just the source of all evil in Japan, I guess.
Even the government parties have begun splitting up, and they're dissolving just as planned. The time has finally come. Just a little more, and I will take the seat of Prime Minister. However, inauguration isn't my goal. That's when everything truly begins.
Power. All this dude wants is unlimited power.
I'll make this country rich for the sake of its selfish and ignorant masses who can only rely on others.
In other words, you're creating a powerful country that can compete with the world.
The public resonates with my ideals and follows me. And for that, some sacrifices can't be avoided. That is my duty as the Chosen One.
The Chosen One? Okay. Okay, Masayoshi, let's slow down just a little bit.
Your assistance has been very influential in making my plans proceed smoothly. When I become Prime Minister, I'll grant whatever wish you want.
Oh, you might not want to say that, dude.
With this most recent case, my name has become known across the country, perhaps even the world. Surely my story will be passed down as a hero who won against monsters that could control people's hearts.
And that's what you want, Akechi? Is that really what you want, Mr. Goro?
I believe I'll lay low and devote myself to my studies.
I suppose with your age, you wouldn't come up with debauched desires.
I am thinking about the future, though.
Well, so they just laid it all out bare.
Well, how do I put this?
Looks like things have finally settled down. Life's gonna get real busy for you starting tomorrow, right? Get some rest.
Well then.
The chief's right. Let's take it easy for today. Thieves then updated. You know you can't play as Goro?
During the school trip? That kind of came in handy.
Okay, but you know how in the Thieves Den you can, like, that card game, I was really looking forward to being able to play against Goro there, but you can't. That sucked, but I guess we just have Kasumi to look forward to as our final player then. How so?
Well, remember how I put that wiretap app in Akechi's phone? Basically, that let me see GPS info for 2 phones, yours and his. I'd be able to tell the precise moment Sai Nijima, who had your phone, ran into Akechi.
Wow, talk about serendipity.
That's when I saw my chance, and beep, sent the signal to activate the Metaverse Navigator.
Oh, this is her explaining how she was able to kick Goro out, maybe?
But there was a chance they'd just pass each other without saying a single word.
Oh, no.
That's why we needed you to tell Sai Nijima to show the phone to Akechi.
This plan still surprises me no matter how many times I hear it.
Yeah, and there's just that one little detail that just doesn't really make much sense to me, but okay.
Still, I couldn't just directly hack into the Metaverse Nav. It's a mysterious app after all. But you know how it has that bookmark function? All you have to do is push the button. Making the phone think he was pushing that button was totally doable. Pretty good, huh?
Okay, so that explains that.
So?
Oh, by the way, the police report on your death isn't going to show up at your school. No need to worry. Seems Prosecutor Nijima worked out some kind of deal with the higher-ups or something. I mean, they haven't even said anything to me even. As long as you stay quiet, you'll be fine.
Well, how do I put this?
And I guess if they reported your death now, they'd basically be saying you were a phantom thief. They can't really go announcing what the phantom thieves are, so I'm sure they'll avoid that. At any rate, I'm glad you're back safe and sound. But even that's putting it too lightly. You had it rough in there, didn't you? Only a little.
Sorry.
Akechi was after you all along. I knew it was risky, but we had no choice but to depend on him. But thanks to your tenacity, you were able to fool him. It's payback time. Let's make him regret underestimating the Phantom Thieves.
I should write something.
Alright, so with all of that out of the way, the next thing we've got to look forward to is how Kasumi finally joins us for realsies. Hopefully that happens tomorrow. But we'll have to see. So join me then for more Persona 5 Royal. Bye for now, guys.